Archangel Michael says, "Someone is coming to your house, and they are carrying something in their hands." You may have felt it already, a strange anticipation in your chest, a quiet stirring in the air, an unexplainable calm that feels almost otherworldly. This is not a coincidence. This message has been waiting for you to stop scrolling, to pause for a few seconds, and to listen. Because the one who is on their way is not an ordinary visitor. They are coming with divine purpose, carrying something meant only for you, a blessing, a message, or a turning point disguised as a simple encounter. Take a deep breath. Let your shoulders relax, your heart open. Archangel Michael's voice speaks through energy, not words. And if you quiet your thoughts for a moment, you will feel him beside you now. There is a reason you're hearing this. The angels are preparing a divine delivery, and it is already en route to your life. You don't need to search for it or chase it. It is being guided directly to you. Every prayer you've whispered, every sleepless night you've endured, every hope you've carried silently, all of it has been gathered by heaven and placed into the hands of those coming toward you. Michael says, this is not a warning. This is a reminder. You are not in danger. You are being reminded that the universe still listens, that heaven still delivers. So do not close your heart in fear when something or someone unexpected appears. The knock you hear might not be coincidence. It might be the echo of your own prayer returning home. Every soul who receives this message has been chosen to witness an arrival, not of chaos, but of completion. Now, take another slow breath. Let the sound of these words settle into your heart. You are safe. You are protected. The angels surround you with a light that glows in blue and gold, the colors of Archangel Michael's presence. That light forms a shield around you, dissolving the energy of fear and uncertainty. Within that light, nothing can harm you. Within that light, what is meant for you will find its way easily. Close your eyes and imagine a faint glow outside your home, a door illuminated by a soft golden light. You can almost hear gentle footsteps approaching, steady, calm, deliberate. They are not rushing, they are not hiding. They are coming with certainty, guided by heaven's timing, not human clocks. In their hands, they carry something radiant, wrapped not in paper or fabric, but in light. And though you cannot yet see it, your soul already knows what it is. It is the answer to something you once asked in the dark, a wish whispered into the air when you thought no one was listening. Michael's message continues. Do not be afraid of what knocks on your door. Not everything that arrives unexpectedly is meant to test you. Some things come to restore you. This visitor, whether physical or symbolic, carries restoration energy. They bring clarity where confusion once lived, peace where uncertainty lingered, and faith where fear had tried to grow. Their visit will remind you of your connection to the divine, a reminder that heaven's work never stops, even when you can't see it. Now, breathe in again. Feel your body growing lighter. Notice how your chest feels a little warmer, how your pulse slows, how the space around you begins to hum quietly with unseen movement. That's not imagination, that's energy. That's how angels work, not through spectacle, but through stillness. They don't shout, they align. And right now, your energy is aligning with a higher frequency. You might have noticed signs already, objects falling without reason, a sudden breeze indoors, numbers like 111 or 333 appearing again and again. These are not random. They are confirmations that the realm of light is near. When Archangel Michael moves close, time seems to shift. Ordinary moments stretch and become sacred. Even silence begins to sound alive, as if the air itself is holding its breath for what's about to arrive. Imagine now a candle burning in front of you. The flame flickers softly, glowing blue and gold. That's his presence. It's calm, steady, and strong. He stands beside you now, one hand resting gently over your heart. His voice doesn't echo in your ears. It speaks directly into your soul. He says, what's on its way to you was sent long ago. You did not miss your chance. It has been waiting for you to be ready to receive it. And now you are ready. The fact that you can feel this message is proof. If you're open to heavenly blessings, whisper or type the words, I am ready to receive. Say it with intention, as if the sky is listening, because it is. Each time you say those words, light travels from your heart upward, creating a bridge between you and the higher realms. That bridge is how divine energy crosses into your life. It's not about religion or ritual. It's about resonance. When your energy vibrates in faith rather than fear, miracles can finally find their way through. Now, imagine the knock. 3 soft taps on your door, not loud, but clear. Your instinct might be to tense, to wonder who it is. But instead, breathe. Stay still. Because the message is not about the door. It's about your openness. The angels say, the moment you open your heart, your blessings will walk through. They've been trying to reach you for a long time. Now they finally can. Archangel Michael's sword glows before that door, not to guard against danger, but to cut away the illusions that made you feel unworthy of receiving. He says, you've always been worthy. You've just forgotten. Every hardship you've faced, every heartbreak, was not a punishment, but a preparation. The light that's coming toward, you could not arrive sooner, because your heart needed to learn how to recognize it. And now it does. Feel that truth sink in. The waiting is over. The doubt can rest. The divine has scheduled your moment, and this message is the confirmation that it's unfolding exactly as intended. Right now, imagine that the glow outside your door grows brighter. You can almost see the shape of hands holding light. Those hands are not empty. They carry what belongs to you, the energy of healing, of clarity, of abundance, whatever your soul has quietly requested. They hold it safely until the moment you say yes. And when you do, when you say, I trust the timing of Archangel Michael, the delivery is made. So say it now, silently or aloud. I trust Archangel Michael's timing. As you do, feel a shift. A subtle but powerful wave moves through your energy field, signaling to the higher realms that you are aligned, that you are no longer resisting what's meant for you, that you are ready. This is what divine readiness feels like. Not excitement, but peace. Not rushing, but knowing. Your heart beats evenly. Your breath feels full. The energy around you softens, as though heaven itself is exhaling. You are in sync with divine timing, and in that alignment, all good things begin to move toward you naturally. Now, smile, even slightly, because the angels are smiling too. They've been waiting for you to reach this moment of awareness. And now that you have, they can move freely. Their message is simple, and Michael repeats it softly in your heart. They are coming with something meant for you. The light outside your door is glowing brighter now. It's not a warning. It's a promise. And soon you'll hear the gentle knock that confirms heaven always delivers on time. Be still now. Don't rush past this moment. Something sacred is unfolding in silence. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your soul does. It recognizes what's coming. There's a ripple in the unseen world, and your spirit feels it like a soft vibration under your skin. It's the movement of divine timing, the alignment of unseen forces, bringing what you asked for right to your doorstep. Archangel Michael's presence surrounds you, calm but powerful, like the steady flame of a candle that never flickers, even when the wind passes by. He whispers gently, you do not have to look for what's coming. It already knows where you live. Every prayer, every wish, every desperate whisper you've sent out has been marked with your energy. Heaven does not lose track of what is meant for you. It simply waits until you are ready to receive it without fear. And tonight, yes, this very moment, that readiness has arrived. That's why you're hearing these words now. So breathe deeply. Let your shoulders drop. With each exhale, release the tension that keeps you from trusting the unseen. The more you soften, the easier it becomes for heaven to reach you. You are not being tested. You are being guided. This is not a coincidence. It's a divine appointment. Imagine a quiet night outside your window. Everything is still, yet there's a subtle current in the air, a sense of approach. It's not loud or dramatic. It's gentle, precise, purposeful. You can almost feel footsteps on the path of your life, drawing closer, step by step. And each step carries light. That light does not come to expose your flaws or fears. It comes to illuminate your blessings. Archangel Michael says, "You've been waiting for a sign, and the sign is already here." The knock you will hear is not random. It is the echo of the prayer you once sent upward. The universe never forgets the sound of your longing. Even when you think you've moved on, the divine still keeps the promise it made to your soul. Sometimes, heaven hides answers in ordinary moments, in small encounters, passing words, or unexpected phone calls. So the next time something unusual happens, a delay, a stranger's kindness, a sudden opportunity, pause. Do not dismiss it. That might be your delivery. That might be the someone Michael spoke of, a messenger disguised as a friend, a coincidence, or even a challenge. The angels rarely arrive in the ways you expect, but they never arrive late. Take another breath. Can you feel that warmth growing in your chest again? That's confirmation. Energy responds to truth, and your body recognizes the truth long before your mind does. When you hear these words, your soul isn't surprised. It's remembering. It knows that this moment was destined, that the same hands that once held you in despair are now reaching back to bless you in peace. Michael says, "This visitor brings not only a blessing, but a reflection. What they carry is what you've been sending out. If you've been giving love, you'll receive love multiplied. If you've been patient, your patience will bloom into reward. And if you've been struggling to trust, this moment will restore your faith." Think of this as divine reciprocity, the law of spiritual return. What you've poured into the universe is coming back to you, not as a concept, but as something tangible. It may take the form of an opportunity, a person, a new beginning, or even a sudden realization that changes everything. And you will know it when it arrives, because it will bring peace, not confusion. Heaven's gifts always bring clarity. Now, close your eyes again and visualize a pair of radiant hands reaching toward you through a glowing door. These hands are not human. They are made of light. They are offering you something luminous, an energy, a key, a blessing that was crafted specifically for you. You do not have to reach far. Simply open your palms and allow it. Whisper softly, "I accept what is meant for me with love and protection." Say it with your heart, not just your mouth. Feel how the atmosphere around you shifts as soon as you speak those words. It's subtle, yes, but real. A hum in the air, a tingling across your arms, a calm in your mind. That's the transfer. That's the moment the delivery begins. Archangel Michael smiles as you say it. His energy moves like a wave of sapphire and gold through your aura, cleansing and sealing it. He places his sword, the sword of truth, before your spiritual doorway. Its light burns away falsehoods and illusions, ensuring that only what belongs to you may enter your life. What's not meant for you will now begin to fall away naturally. What is meant for you will be unstoppable. You may notice shifts starting soon after this moment. Doors that were closed may suddenly open. People who had drifted away might reappear with purpose. Opportunities you thought were lost could return in unexpected form. That is how divine timing works. When the energy aligns, everything rearranges itself to deliver what's due. So if tomorrow feels different, don't be surprised. If the air feels lighter, or you wake up feeling unusually hopeful, know that it's because the delivery has begun. Heaven is never still. It moves the moment you say yes. And by listening to this message, by choosing faith instead of fear, you've already said yes. Now, Michael speaks again. Before the night ends, share this light. The energy that has touched you multiplies when given. That's how the divine circulates blessings. If you feel peace, pass it on. If you feel warmth, send it to someone else. If you feel gratitude, whisper a prayer for another soul. That act alone becomes another knock on someone else's door, delivering the same light that's now flowing through you. The angels work in chains of light, one heart to another, one blessing to the next. When you share, you are helping heaven reach more people. That's why Michael asks, send this message forward before the night ends. Do it as an act of love, not obligation. Because by doing so, you become the messenger. You become part of the divine network that ensures no soul feels forgotten. In this moment, the entire universe pauses to recognize your yes. The energy of your agreement ripples through unseen dimensions. You might not hear applause, but the heavens are rejoicing, not because you're perfect, but because you're willing. And willingness is all the divine ever asks of you. Perfection is an illusion. Willingness is truth. Now, take one more deep breath. Let your eyes soften, your heart rest. If you could see what the angels see, you'd know how many blessings are hovering just outside your awareness, waiting for the right vibration to enter. And that vibration is here now. The frequency of faith, of trust, of readiness. The vibration that says, I open my door to divine blessings. Say those words when you feel ready. You'll notice how everything quiets afterward, how the noise of worry fades, and how peace begins to hum like background music to your life. That's the sound of heaven moving closer, the soft, steady rhythm of answered prayers. Archangel Michael is with you as this process unfolds. His light guards your doorway. His wings cast a shadow of protection over your home. You are watched, guided, and deeply loved. So rest tonight knowing this truth. Someone is indeed on their way to you, and what they carry will change everything, not by adding more to your life, but by reminding you of what was always yours. The divine delivery is on its way. The knock will come soon. When it does, don't ask, who is it? Simply whisper, I've been expecting you. The energy around you begins to shimmer, not visibly, but perceptibly. It feels like the air is thicker, charged with meaning, as though something sacred is preparing to step through the veil between worlds. This is the threshold moment, the point where heaven brushes against earth, and Archangel Michael is standing guard, ensuring that what approaches is pure, purposeful, and entirely meant for you. He speaks again, and his voice is both soft and powerful, like thunder wrapped in silk. Do not rush this. Divine timing never arrives early, and it is never late. It comes at the exact heartbeat your soul is ready to receive. You are ready now. That readiness is not something you forced. It is something you became. Through your trials, your patience, and your faith, you have opened a channel wide enough for heaven to move through. What is coming is not random. It is the direct consequence of your endurance. Pause for a moment and notice how your breathing feels deeper, calmer. There's no need to anticipate. Everything is already in motion. The unseen visitor, the carrier of your blessing, moves closer each time you choose peace over panic. Every time you trust instead of fear, the path clears a little more. The angels are not testing you. They are preparing you to recognize what is yours when it arrives. Michael reminds you, divine gifts are often disguised. The one who carries what's meant for you may not look angelic at all. They might come as a stranger, a friend, or even someone you never expected to see again. But you will know them, not by their appearance, but by the peace that follows them. You will feel the energy shift. The air becomes softer, your body relaxes, your intuition whispers, this is it. You see, heaven rarely sends blessings wrapped in gold. It often hides them inside ordinary moments, so that only those with open hearts can recognize their value. That is why you've been guided here, to be reminded to stay awake, to notice, to trust your own resonance. Now imagine your door once more. The golden light that surrounded it has grown brighter, warmer. It is no longer distant. It's right at your threshold. You sense a presence, gentle, reverent, and deeply familiar. You don't need to fear it. You already know this energy. You felt it before in moments of peace, in tears that came from nowhere, but cleansed everything, in coincidences too perfect to be accidents. That was heaven's rehearsal for this very instant. Michael's light extends around you, creating a circle of calm. Inside this circle, nothing false can enter. Inside this light, you are sovereign, protected, and seen. His wings form an arch above your head, a dome of radiant safety. You can feel it, the soft vibration that tells you you're not alone. He says, "This moment has been written in your soul's timeline since before you were born." What you feel now is not new. It's remembered, and you realize he's right. There is something strangely familiar about this, like recognizing a melody you haven't heard in years, but somehow still know by heart. That's the vibration of divine memory returning to you. Close your eyes and listen within. Can you hear it? The faint sound of a heartbeat that isn't just yours? That is the rhythm of the universe syncing with your energy. Every time your heart beats, it sends out a pulse of light that calls what belongs to you closer. The visitor, the gift, the message, they follow that pulse like a map. They are tracing your soul's light back to its source. Now, Archangel Michael moves closer, his armor gleaming with a blue-gold brilliance that feels both ancient and eternal. In one hand, he holds his sword, but in the other, he carries something far gentler, a radiant orb of pure light. He lowers it toward you slowly, as if placing something sacred in your care. He says, "This light is your readiness made visible. It is your trust transformed into form." As the orb touches your energy field, you feel warmth spreading through your entire body. It's not heat, but radiance, a deep reassurance that everything is unfolding as it should. You realize that you don't have to see the visitor arrive to know they're coming. You can feel the pathway being cleared even now. Heaven works in alignment, not in accidents. Every encounter you've had, even the painful ones, has shaped your ability to recognize grace when it stands before you. The people who walked away made space for this arrival. The losses you endured softened your heart enough to receive what's true. You have not been punished. You've been prepared. Michael wants you to understand something deeper. When you are ready, blessings stop knocking. They walk in. That's the moment you're in now. The door is no longer just being approached. It's beginning to open. There is a soft sound, almost imperceptible, like a sigh of relief from the universe itself. The light spills in. You can sense its warmth brushing your skin. And then, a stillness, profound and quiet. Not the emptiness of waiting, but the fullness of arrival. You are in the exact center of divine timing. This is what alignment feels like. Peace so complete that you don't need evidence to know it as real. The visitor from heaven doesn't need to knock anymore. The threshold between your world and theirs has dissolved. The divine has entered your field, and from this point onward, everything you experience will carry that frequency. People will notice something different about you. Your words will hold weight. Your presence will calm chaos. This is because you are carrying light, not metaphorically, but literally. Michael smiles, his voice like a steady flame. You are now the message. What you once waited to receive, you now embody. That is the hidden truth behind every divine visitation. It is not just a blessing arriving. It's a transformation taking root. Take a breath. Feel it. The air tastes different now, doesn't it? It's lighter, clearer, charged with invisible gold. That's not imagination. That's evidence. Your environment always shifts when your vibration does. You might start noticing subtle signs in the coming days. Light flickering, songs that speak directly to your situation, dreams that feel too vivid to dismiss. Don't ignore them. They are confirmations from the realm of light, signals that the process continues. The divine doesn't end when the video does. It moves forward with you, expanding through your choices and actions. Every time you express gratitude, the frequency deepens. Every time you show kindness, the light spreads. And every time you choose faith over fear, you open another door, not only for yourself, but for countless others. Archangel Michael says, "This light was never meant to stay in one home. It travels through hearts." That means you have now become part of the delivery system of heaven. You're not just the recipient of a blessing. You're a bridge, a transmitter, a carrier of divine energy that will touch lives you'll never even meet. Each act of goodness you do, no matter how small, sends ripples outward. And in those ripples, heaven finds new doors to knock on. Remember this truth: the angels never stop at one house. They move from heart to heart, hand to hand, until the world is alight with their message. You have become one of those lights now, glowing softly in the night, guiding others toward faith, peace, and hope. So stay open, stay gentle. Keep your heart in that frequency of trust. Because while this particular message may have reached its final words, the visitation it describes is still unfolding. You are living it. And the miracle you were promised, it's no longer approaching. It's already here. The air feels different now, clearer, softer, alive. You can sense that something invisible has shifted. It isn't loud or dramatic. It's subtle, like dawn slowly breaking after a long, sleepless night. This is what divine arrival feels like, peace that settles into the spaces where fear once lived. You are standing in that stillness right now, the sacred silence that follows a heavenly promise fulfilled. Archangel Michael remains nearby, radiant and calm. His wings stretch outward like an embrace that could span galaxies, yet the light they emit feels intimate, personal, meant just for you. He looks at you with eyes that have seen every lifetime, every struggle, every prayer whispered into the dark. And he smiles. Not because you've done everything perfectly, but because you've finally allowed yourself to receive. He says softly, "It's done. The delivery has reached you. What was meant for you is now yours." The words echo not in the air, but inside your very being. You feel them resonate through every cell, like your entire body is nodding in agreement. Yes, it's done. You may not see an angel standing physically before you, but you don't need to. You can feel the confirmation in your heartbeat, in the way the room seems to hum with quiet warmth, in the peace spreading through your chest like sunlight through clouds. That's how the divine speaks, not in thunder, but in resonance. And right now, everything inside you is resonating with truth. Take a moment and breathe in deeply. With each breath, imagine yourself surrounded by golden white light. It's the energy of fulfillment, completion. Every prayer you've ever sent up, every tear you've shed, every word you've whispered in surrender, all of it has reached its destination. Now it returns to you transformed, not as longing, but as blessing. This is the moment where heaven and earth align in your favor. And Michael wants you to understand something vital. Receiving is an act of faith. It is not about deserving. It is about allowing. Heaven never asks, "Are you worthy?" Heaven asks, "Are you open?" And you are. You've proven it by staying through the storms, by holding hope when it was easier to let go. You didn't realize it then, but each moment of faith was building a bridge, a golden pathway that now carries your blessings home. The energy flowing around you begins to move in slow, circular waves. It's warm, soothing, like being wrapped in invisible arms. This is divine integration. The light that was once external is now merging with your energy. You are not just witnessing a miracle, you are becoming one. The boundaries between you and it are dissolving. The blessing and the blessed are now the same. Archangel Michael lowers his sword, and for a moment, the light from it reflects against your heart. It's as if he's sealing something, an invisible covenant between you and heaven. The agreement is simple. You trust, and the divine provides. That is all that has ever been required. Now, look around. The room you're in feels brighter, doesn't it? Even if nothing has changed physically, the atmosphere has. When divine light anchors in a space, the energy of everything around you shifts. Walls seem softer, air feels purer, silence becomes alive. You are inside a sacred field now, the kind that lingers long after you think the moment has passed. Michael speaks again, his tone filled with warmth. You've opened the door. Now keep it open. He doesn't mean a literal door. He means your heart. Don't let fear close it again. Don't question whether this was real. It was. And every time you choose gratitude, every time you act in kindness, that door stays open a little wider. From now on, expect synchronicities. Expect small miracles. Expect soft reminders that heaven is still active in your life. When you see repeating numbers, feel sudden waves of peace, or experience moments of uncanny alignment, smile. Those are the echoes of this very moment returning to you. But remember, Archangel Michael's message is not just about receiving, it's also about sharing. He says, light multiplies only when passed forward, so don't keep this energy to yourself. Share it in words, in kindness, in compassion. If someone crosses your path who looks tired or hopeless, let them feel your peace. You don't have to speak about angels. Your energy will say it for you. The calm you carry will remind them that heaven still moves. Because here's the truth. You are now part of heaven's delivery system. When you radiate peace, you become a messenger too. The divine works through hearts that are open, and yours is wide open now. That's why you were chosen to hear this. Not just to be blessed, but to become a blessing. So the next time you feel unsure, remember this. Heaven doesn't make mistakes with its timing. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment was secretly part of the preparation. And now that the door is open, it will never truly close again. You might forget sometimes, you might doubt, but the connection itself, the bond between your heart and the divine, will remain permanent. Michael's wings shimmer softly as he steps back. He looks at you with infinite love and says one final message. You are safe. You are guided. You are loved. And you are never forgotten. Then the light around him expands, not fading, but becoming everything. It fills the room, then the world, then the quiet space inside you. Until there is no separation between you and it, only light, only peace, only divine alignment. You may notice a tear slip down your cheek, not from sadness, but from recognition. Something inside you has remembered who you really are, a soul chosen to carry light, to share hope, to live with trust, even when it seems impossible. You came here not by accident, but by invitation. The angels have always been guiding you to this point, this frequency, this moment of remembering. Now, take one more deep breath. Feel your chest rise and fall. Let gratitude fill you completely, not just for what's arriving, but for what has already been healed. You don't have to wait for proof. The proof is the peace you feel right now. Say quietly, "Thank you, Archangel Michael, for reminding me I am never alone." Let those words vibrate through you like a sacred song. Every syllable is a thread of light that connects you more deeply to the divine network above. You are part of something vast, something eternal, and yet it moves through you so personally, as though heaven exists entirely for your growth, your joy, your awakening. The angels rejoice when you remember this truth. In the silence that follows, you might even feel a gentle touch, like air brushing your shoulder or warmth looming at the back of your neck. That's not your imagination. That's acknowledgement. That's heaven saying, "We're here." From this day forward, walk differently. Not with fear or caution, but with quiet knowing. Your steps are guided, your timing is protected, your path is luminous. Even when shadows appear, you will know how to find the light again, because it now lives inside you. And when that visitor arrives, whether in the form of a person, a message, or a sign, greet them with confidence. You'll recognize the energy instantly. It will feel familiar, gentle, peaceful. You'll smile because you'll know this is what was promised. This is what was coming. And you will remember that Archangel Michael told you to expect it, that he said they would carry something in their hands, and that something would be meant for you. So when it happens, don't be surprised. Just breathe, open your heart, and whisper the words that complete this sacred cycle. I open my door to divine blessings. I am ready, I receive. The light will answer. The heavens will move, and your world, already changed, will begin to glow from within.